The Boston Celtics have won the NBA World Championships. Yeah, we'll call it the World Championships. Yeah, we'll give them their respect. 106-88. They close out the NBA Finals for 2024. 4 games to 1. Finish it off in 5 at home with the Boston crowd going crazy. And here, my friends, are 4 inconvenient, uncomfortable, whatever you want to call it, truths about this Boston team and these NBA Finals that people like Jono, Skip Bayless, Nick Wright, throw whichever fake pundit out there right now stuffed up. Because number one, Boston were the better team despite the media, despite the Instagram highlight reels gaslighting you into believing anything about this Dallas team. Okay? How do you feel about that?
I mean, to be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know why you're putting my name in the same breath as Skip Bayless and Nick Wright. As you can see, I've been repping Boston the whole way.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that. Well, in the spirit of, talk show game shows, I guess I should.
What are you doing? Ain't no way.
It's time we get professional because, Jono, for 3 weeks, I had to deal with your nonsense in the group chats. We watched the regular season games between Boston and Dallas, and you sat there watching Dallas get smoked, telling me it would be different, telling me Luka would be punishing mismatches instead of being the mismatch that was punished. Okay? And my heart was with you. I and
appreciate
you lied. You lied to me, and I want you to apologize now. You didn't want to even do this in person.
Hey, no, don't do this to me. Don't say that I don't want to do this first. I was ready for the smoke. I was ready for it. You're on the field, right? Let's be honest.
See how it feels? See how it feels when you get gaslit? Yeah. Not very good, is it?
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, let's get into it then, because Dallas obviously weren't good enough. Tell the people what Dallas put up in the last 5 games and what you were expecting in your mind.
All right, well, when you say what Dallas put up, we really care about what Luka and Kyrie put up. Let's start with Luka because his stats were a bit better. So he dropped 29, 9, and 6 on 47, 24, and 59 splits. That's disgraceful from the 3 and from the free throws from Luka especially. And I think that cost him game 2 or 3, those free throws. And we go to Kyrie. He's the one who I really thought would step up. Like, we knew the matchup would be tough with Boston, but the way he had played in these playoffs, going back to Boston with the history there, myself and I think you did as well, we thought that Kyrie was going to step up. I said that Kyrie would be one of the 3 best players or the 3rd best player in the series.
Don't put me into this. Don't put me into this.
I'm saying the top 3 thing was me. The top 3 thing was me. And he was not even in the top 6 or 7 players in the series. And that's the case. They had no chance. He averaged 23 and 5 in the series on 41 and 28 splits from the field. And that's something you can't have from your second superstar guy against a team that is stacked in the starting lineup and where we expect you to drop maybe 25 on like 50, 40, 90 splits. And you saw what happened. A 4-1 gentleman's sweep. Boston Celtics are the NBA champs.
Before the series, you were like, oh, look at the matchups. They're going to cook them. Forget about the stats. And now you bring me the cold, hard truth, my friend. You bring me the cold, hard truth that Boston simply, we didn't have to look hard this whole season from day 1 to day Z. It's been that simple. They've been the best team, and Jaylen Brown, every criticism, stepped up, and that brings me very nicely to point number 2, the inconvenient truth for Jason Tatum. That asterisk will never disappear. And before I give you the floor, you heard Al Horford say, they can't say anything to you anymore. They can't say anything. It's all right.
Yep.
what we've learned from Kevin Durant and NBA players over the last 10, 15 years, these are human beings. Emotions don't go away. The urge to be the best, that stuff doesn't go away. So as much as this moment is not about that at all, we revisit this next year if they make the finals, it is about that again. And if Jaylen Brown gets it again, then it's going to be a whole lot funnier as a Miami Heat fan. And I don't know what team you're parading as right now, because you know what we've usually been doing, John, the last few years. You have one team, Bavia has one team, I have 25 teams,
you got another 28.
And you tried to copy my flow, and look where that got us with a Boston championship. Stay on that side, man. Stay on that side. How did you feel about Tatum having all the point leading, rebound leading stats and not getting the MVP? Were you okay with that?
Oh, 100%. I thought Jaylen Brown deserved it. There was even an argument for Drew Holiday to be ahead of Tatum in the Finals MVP vote, I feel, as well.
Ooh, talk about that.
Even though the counting stats for Tatum were better than Brown's, Brown made so many big buckets for them. The game where the Mavericks had a 20-point run in the fourth quarter to bring it back, Brown's the one that hit the big buckets in the last 2 minutes to close out that game. He took the challenge of defending Luka. He set the tone from the beginning. And with Boston throughout the season, a bit of a concern was the mentality or the ability to keep it going 48 minutes and not to get complacent. And I feel like Brown setting that tone, taking Luka from the beginning, got everyone really engaged defensively and helped them set that tone. And with Tatum in the Finals MVP, look, of course, he would have loved to win that award. And as you say, players of this caliber, they're going to believe they're the best in the world. And you mentioned the KD and Steph Warriors. This isn't quite the same scenario because KD and Steph are top 15 players ever. That's where legacy talk really matters. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum probably haven't cracked the top 100 yet. They're still young in their careers. And Jaylen Brown, man, he got scrutinized last year. He got the highest contract in NBA, the largest contract in NBA.
Wait. He didn't get scrutinized. We scrutinized. We did that.
Yeah, but I mean, did we specifically do that?
Nah. Get out of here. Get out of here. When I'm saying this myself, I laughed at him. And I didn't laugh at him saying he'll never be good. I laughed at him thinking he needs to be better. And he goddamn showed it.
Well, I've always rated Jaylen Brown very highly, much higher than you. But yeah, I see what you're saying. And Tatum, like obviously he would have loved to be Finals MVP. And I don't know if you saw in the press conference, but one of the reporters asked him what Juice said to him. For those who don't know, Juice is his kid. And Juice said, "You're the best in the world." And Tatum replied to him saying, "Damn right I am." Obviously, like he might believe it, but it's also just a wholesome moment with his son. But
Father's Day was yesterday. Father's Day was yesterday. I'm writing that off.
That's Juice, like selling him he's the best in the world. But yeah, man, I don't think they care that much about it. They certainly don't show it outwardly. They're so happy for each other and just for the rest of the team. And look, if they can keep this going, keep this together, I don't know how well they can go in the next few years. They can get another one or two. You don't know.
Guys, this is NBA Casuals, the show where we bring you modern day media with a bit of a twist. We're open, we're honest, we talk about the narratives, we talk about our own biases. Sometimes we even put on biases just to explore the argument and the two sides of the coin. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And point number 3, John, this whole past 2 weeks, I've been so disappointed with ESPN talking about LeBron throughout this past 2-3 weeks, even the past month, because they need something to stay afloat. And the conversation always comes back, how will this affect LeBron's legacy? I want to put the question to you, John. How does this Boston championship, where a certain center born in Cameroon that is French and American, well, I don't know which one he is right now, you tell me.
You just didn't want to Sarah. You just didn't want to.
What does it mean for his legacy? What does it mean for his legacy, John? Because the East is tough and it's only going to get tougher.
I don't think Boston winning this year changes anything for him because even
What's the expiry date?
The expiry date, I would say 4 years.
4
4 years. Yeah. That's the expiry date. Boston were just too dominant this season, especially in the East, and with the injury as well, there's not much you can do, I feel. But yeah, I'll put the expiry date as 4 years. But we'll be back. We're coming.
It's not.
We are.
It's not. We'll be back. It's we'll get there for the first time, for a man like yourself.
Cool.
For a man like yourself. And
I'm gonna get from Iverson jersey, pull it up.
a few weeks ago, I asked you, are players?
Yeah.
We talk about how hard the West is, and you sort of said no to me when I said players should move to the East and battle it out with Boston, because I think the East obviously is an easier run to the finals than the West. Do you not see that being even clearer now? You've got Philly with all the cap space. You've got, obviously, the younger teams. You've got Detroit. You've got Orlando. A few of these teams out there. Surely we see some moves, man. Surely.
Well, Boston, they're probably going to be stronger next year, I feel. And would you rather try get to a semi-finals or conference finals, or have the chance of making the finals and seeing what happens from there? I feel because I think the West isn't as top heavy as Boston, and maybe a Philly with a free agent this season, Bucks that are at full strength. So maybe depending on who the free agent is, maybe it's worth coming and testing it out East. But that's not a certainty for me.
Okay, let's see. We know how certain players in the NBA love a trade mid-season, and I think we will see a bit of a shake-up. Depending on how Oklahoma City deals with their trades, I think that will be the big mover. Obviously, you've got Markkanen as well on the trade block in the West. So if he can come East, I think that's a big move. The other guys, we've gone through the free agents before. LeBron, Paul George. I'm sure Harden will re-sign, but I'm sure Kawhi's on the market potentially. So yeah, I think someone will come. And fingers crossed. Point number 4, it's to the Miami Heat, Jono. I got to talk about this, okay? Because this was my rivalry. No. This was my rivalry with Boston that all of you contaminated with your own agendas, okay? And I was sitting here silently praying something would happen as all of you jinxed it. All of you jinxed it. Every game you jinxed it. You jinxed it when Halliburton turned the ball over in game 1. The whole series,
you jinxed it as well.
Nah, I'm not taking blame for this, but one person that needs to step up and has a legacy of actually stepping up is Pat Riley. Because point number 4, John, the Miami Heat are just the kings of overperforming. And that's simply not good enough. That's not good enough, okay? Yes, I can look back at the last 5 seasons, John, and Miami has had a better season relative to their expectation than Boston almost every time.
Yep.
But you go.
Pat Riley, he is a big fish hunter. I mean, like, he was going hard for Dame last season. And I think there's been talks about him speaking or asking for Giannis a couple of seasons ago as well. I'm sure he's asked for the big fish. He's a big fish hunter. It's Miami. Like, I think he was part of the guys that went and got LeBron, right? LeBron.
He would have been a part of it, sure.
Yeah.
So where are my fish? Where are my fish? I am just
what fish?
I'm just a
what
simple
fish are available right now?
Traditional housemaid waiting for Pat Riley to bring home the bacon. Okay.
What fish are possible to get right now?
Anyone. I'll take Dame. I'll take Embiid. I'll take Tyrese Maxey.
You'll take Embiid.
We'd make it work. We'd make it work, John. This is Miami. This is real men doing real men things. We would make it work.
So you're saying that Embiid's not the problem?
Don't, please. I plead the fifth. But
okay.
I did just want to say, Miami has a history of overperforming, and we're getting to the point where we're more hungry than ever for a championship. But if we are never going to make that big trade, and yes, I'm saying Terry Rozier was not the big trade, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I want to go out swinging while I've got Jimmy Butler at the helm, because that's what you have to do. Not every day you get a free agent who's this good out of nowhere. And we just got to make the most of whatever time we have left. Not to get too philosophical, but we've got about 2 years left of this project, I think. And whoever it takes, you've got 2 untradeable pieces. I'm now declaring Tyler Hero tradable. I've done it.
I thought you're you're that confident that Jimmy's going to resign.
I'm saying we got to get it done. We got to get it done. It's not a confidence indicator. It's what I would do in the situation sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Jimmy, Bam are the franchise pieces. Everyone else can learn the business elsewhere, because we're going to come back with vengeance next year. It's all fun and jokes laughing at us without Jimmy this playoffs, but those players that played the 4-1 series against Boston, they are hurting right now. Miami is in pain. The whole East is in pain right now, and regardless of the injuries, they're going to come back with vengeance, all of them.
Yeah, look, I know you said you want to go out for a big fish, but I think the real X factor for you guys is Bam, and he's already on the team. He's top 3, top 4 defender in the league, but if he can develop his offensive bag even more and get into the higher level of scorers as a big man, I think that will open up so much for you guys, and you won't have to chase a big fish, but you can get like just a medium-sized fish, and it'll still get you over the line.
Nah, no more medium-sized fish for me, John. We've made enough medium-sized fish at home. We made the Martins, we made the Robinsons of the world, we made the
I reckon you
Vincents,
should look into developing instead of buying the fish. Look into developing big fish. How about that?
Yeah. Miami will focus more on development than they have in the past, sure. There you have it, fellas. 4 points, 4 inconvenient truths about the NBA Finals and the Boston Celtics. I dressed for the occasion. Jono thought he would rep the Celtics after shitting on them the whole season. But there you have it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay locked in. We'll have a new episode in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to need a week to recover. Sorry, fellas. Hit the subscribe button.
About that, right, guys? I'm sorry.
Hit the like button. Bye for now.